So in this video, we will learn how to find the determinant of a 4x4 matrix. So now the first step is to find the row or column with the most zeros, and you will understand why later onwards. So here we can see that the second column here has 3 zeros and a 2. So the first number is 0 here. So let me highlight it again. And now we write 0. What is the sign for 0? It's -2 from this matrix over here. This is the sign matrix that you need to memorize or remember. It's very simple. It's plus minus, then opposite. It just keeps alternating. So 0 into, now we cross that row out and column, and there will be a 3 by 3 matrix left. So here we have 4 1 2 3 2 1 9 3 1. So hopefully you can see that we crossed out that row and column for that 0. So we will be left with 4 1 2 and so on. And now moving on in that column, so let me just remove this now. So now there is another 0. So now we need to cross this column and this row for this 0. And the sign for this 0 is going to be positive. So plus 0 into, now we write the matrix that is left after crossing the row and column. So here we will have 1 0 1. This row is cancelled out. So we have 3 2 1 3 2 1 and 9 3 1. Close the brackets. Now moving on again, so now the next 0 has a sign of minus 0, and then again the same step, cross out this row and column. So we are left with 1 0 1 4 2 1, 4 1 2 and 9 3 1. Now the last number here is gonna be the last element in this column is 2. So now we cross out this row and we write plus 2, since the sign for 2 is plus. And now what is the remainder of the matrix is gonna be, I'm gonna write it down since I don't have more space here. So plus 2, the matrix is going to be 1 0 1 4 1 2 and 3 2 1. Now we just perform the same simplification here. So all these zeros, you realize that we can just cancel them out, since 0 multiplied by any matrix is 0. So that is the reason why we chose the row or column with the most zeros. So if you had chosen, let's say, this column over here, let me change the color, you would need to simplify each and every single one of these multiplication with the matrix and so on. So that is why we choose the row or column with the most zeros. Now moving on, let's simplify this over here. So the only thing we need to simplify is this matrix over here, 2 times this matrix. So now we do the same step for the 3 by 3 matrix. So let me write it in a better way here so you guys can understand. It was 2 into this matrix over here, 1 0 1 4 1 2. Okay, let me move it down. I'll be back. So here we do the same exact step. We choose the most row or column with the most zeros. So let's just choose the first row over here. So it's gonna be 2 into, now the first element is 1 1, and so the sign matrix for this will be plus minus plus minus plus minus and then plus minus plus. Now 1 into, now we need to cancel the first row and the first column, so we'll be left with 1 2 2 1, close brackets. Now you see why okay, never mind, this is a bad example, but you see why, let's say if this was the next number was not 0 but 1. So the sign would make a huge difference. But since this is 0, we can just ignore this and move on to the next column, next element, which is going to be 1, the third, first row and third column. So we cancel out this now. So it will be plus 1. Make sure of the sign. It's going to be plus 1 into. Now we have left over with 4132. Close brackets, and then now we need to multiply this entire thing by 2. So let's simplify the inner part of the brackets. So to find the determinant of a 2 by 2, the formula is, so the formula for a 2 by 2 matrix for determinant is, let's say we have A, B, C, D, is going to be A times D multiplied by B times C. So here we do the same thing. So here is going to be 2 into 1 into 1 times 1. So I'll just write all the steps. Minus 2 times 2, close brackets, plus 1 into, now you should remember the formula. So it's going to be 4 times 2. So like this, and then minus 1 times 3. So 4 times 2 minus 1 times 3. And now you can simplify the answer and you will get equals to 2 into 1 minus 4 is minus 3 plus 8 minus 3 here. So 8 minus 3 is 5, and this will give you the answer of 4, since this is 2 over here and then multiplied by 2 again, so 4. And that's it. This is the final answer. So now let's do an example where we don't have such an easy matrix here and we don't have that many zeros. So here we have another 4 by 4 matrix, and we can notice that there is 1 0 in any row or column that you take, so it doesn't really matter which row or column that we take. I'm going to take the first row. And one thing I forgot to mention is that you will get the same answer if you take any row or column. So let's say if I take the first row and the second column, second row, sorry, you will get the same answer for the determinant. That's the beauty of matrices. So let's take the first row here, and let me just quickly make the sign chart just to remember. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 here into the matrix of cancelling out the first row and the first column. So 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2. Close brackets. Next is a 0, so we can just skip this part. Next is a 1, so it will be plus 1, open brackets, and we cancel out the third column and the first row. So we are left with 0 to 5, 1 to 4, and 6, 1, 2. Close the matrix, and then finally, see this now, it makes a huge difference that the sign for 2 is going to be minus 2. So now open brackets, and we cancel out the first row and the last column, which is the fourth column for 2, and we are left with 0 to 3, 1 to 3, 6, 1, 3. Now it's going to take a while to simplify this, since we need to find the determinant for each of these 3 by 3 matrix. So here I'm going to find the inverse, or sorry, determinant of each of the matrix separately, and then I'm going to add them. So let's start with the first matrix. Let's take, see this matrix, we don't have a single 0, so we need to calculate each and every single one of the operations. So I'm going to choose the first row here. So let's start by doing first row and first column, and it will be 2 into the matrix of 3, 4, 3, 2, close brackets, and now the next element in the row is 3. So first row and the second column. So now remember that we need to switch the sign. It's going to be minus 3 into 2, 4, 1, 2. Moving on to 5 now. So first row and the last column is going to be plus 5 into 2, 3, 1, 3. And now it's going to be 2 into 3 times 2 is 6 minus 12 minus 6 minus 3 into 2 minus 4. So this entire thing is 0, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so now moving on. So plus 5 into 2 times 3, which is 6 minus 3 is going to be 3. So we get the answer of 3 for this part over here. So we can replace this entire thing by a 3. Okay, yeah. So now moving on to the next matrix. Let's choose the first row again. We have a 0 this time, so that's better. So it's gonna be 0 multiplied by that, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Now next element is 2, and remember the sign now, always. So if you want, I can just quickly make that again, plus minus minus plus minus plus minus plus. It really helps. So it's a minus for 2. So now open brackets, first row and the second column, 1 4 6 2. Moving on, it will be 5 plus 5 into 1 2 6 1. Now simplify this. I'm gonna move this to the right hand side. Okay, minus 2 into 2 minus 4 times 6, so that's gonna be 2 minus 24. 2 minus 24 is minus 22. That's a huge number. Let me recheck. Okay, anyways, so 5 now multiplied by 1 minus 12, which is going to be minus 11. So now just type this on your calculator or calculate it out and you'll get minus 11. So we can replace this entire thing by minus 11. Let me just remove all this now. And make sure whenever you're doing the substitution, you're not removing the coefficient. Since, okay, in this example is 1, but sometimes it can be like 3. So you need to multiply that again. So remember that also. Now, last matrix left over here is this one. And let's quickly find the determinant here. So it's going to be 0 into whatever matrix, so we can cancel that out. It's going to be 0. And then next number is 2, and the coefficient is minus. Remember that always. Minus 2 into first row and the second column, 1 3 6 3, close brackets, and then moving on to the next coefficient, which is 3 here, plus 3 into 1 2 6 1. Simplifying now, so it's going to be 1 times 3, 3 minus 18, which is minus 15. Yeah, plus 3 into 1 minus 12, which is minus 11. And simplified, this answer is, so you will get minus 3, since this part is 30 and this part is negative 33. So again, don't replace the entire thing. We still need to multiply it by negative 2. So now it's just a matter of simplifying here. So 9, and here we have minus 11 plus 6, and this answer is 4. So the final answer is 4. So it does take this long, and as always, I do have a shortcut method for you guys. It's instant. You just need to type it on the calculator, and it will give you the determinant instantly. So I will make a video on how to do that on the calculator, and I can give you the brief for now. So open your calculator, and it should have the matrix menu option in the menu button. So after you click there, it will ask you to define a matrix. So just choose any matrix. I'm going to choose matrix A here, 1, and then it will ask you the number of rows and the number of columns. So number of rows here we have 4, and number of columns we also have 4. And then you type your matrix in your calculator, and after doing that you can click on clear, and it will still have the matrix menu. So you need to click on the menu button again, not that menu, it's a OPTN button. And then if you go down, it will give you the option of determinant for number 2. So you click on that, and then again you click on the OPTN button, and then now you select matrix A. So this basically just says, I'll write it over here, determinant matrix A, and then you just equal to now, so just solve, and we got the exact same answer. So if you have an MCQ question, so you can just do this directly, and it saves you so much time. And if you want to even recheck your answer after doing all the steps, since you can make a silly mistake and not know. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer. And thanks for watching.